Okay, are you ready to learn to convert between units of measure? This has got to be the toughest lesson so far this semester. And quite honestly, I don't think there's another tough one like this for a while. So let's work through converting between units of measure together. Before you convert, you need to have a list of conversion factors. I don't have all these memorized. I mean, do you know that 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers? I don't. What about the conversion between the money problems we have? $1.30 is €1. So before you begin working on conversion problems, make sure you have printed out a list of the common conversion factors. The PDF is on my page on the notes, instructor notes and discussion page for for lesson 3. And again, if you know 3,600 seconds is 1 hour, fantastic. But if you don't, just know where to look for it. That's the important part. I don't have all these memorized, but I know where to look when I need them. So anytime you start working on your homework and you come across a conversion problem, just grab the chart and you'll be ready to go. Okay, so let's get started with happy birthday to me. Except it's not my birthday today, but if it was, I'd be happy. All right, let's get some birthday paper. A roll of birthday gift wrap contains 2.5 meters of paper. What's the length of paper in yards? I'm going to walk you through some very specific steps on every conversion problem, and if you follow these 3 steps, you will get the conversion problems right every time. Step 1 is write down the known values and the unknown values. What do I know in this problem? I know that I have 2.5 meters. Well, what do I need to know? I need to know what is that in yards. When I write that down, that helps me to focus on what conversion I need to look up. So step 2 is find the conversion factor that gives you the ratio between meters and yards. So I need meters and yards. So just go to your conversion sheet and find that relationship, and you know that 1 meter equals 1.094 yards. So that's the conversion. Or I can say it the other way. I can say 1.09 yards equals 1 meter. That means the same thing. Step 3. Write the conversion factor as a fraction with the unit you want to convert to on top, and then set the problem up as an equation. Look at this, is very important. The unit you want to convert to needs to be on top, meaning in the numerator. So let's go back. What do I need? I need yards in my numerator. So this is my conversion factor, 1 meter equals 1.094 yards. I need this number in the numerator, and then this would go in the denominator. So this is what it would look like. 1.094 yards is equal to 1 meter. That is a conversion factor. And what did the problem give me? 2.5 meters. Now, one thing you're already good at in lesson 3 is multiplying fractions, because multiplying fractions means you multiply numerator times numerator. Grab your calculator. So 2.5 times 1.094, and then denominator times denominator, 1 times 1, and then you just divide by 1. You can see here that meters are diagonal from meters. That means they're going to cancel out. They call it cross-canceling. So anytime you have something diagonal from each other with your units, they will cancel out. And look what it's left with, my answer in yards. So did you multiply 2.5 times 1.094 and divide by 1? If you did, you have 2.735 yards. Ta-da! Okay, ready? Cereal. Oh my gosh, that's what I had for breakfast. I actually had O's cereal for breakfast. Favorite cereal. I do like Honey Nut Cheerios, Cinnamon Life, not Plain Life, I'm so sorry. But let's just do the problem. Cereal costs $4.50 for 2 pounds. How much does it cost per ounce? So step 1, write down what you know and what you don't know. So, well, I know it's $4.50 for 2 pounds. What I'd like to know is how much it costs per ounce. So notice right here my dollars stay in the numerator, so I don't need any conversion for dollars. We're not converting to a different form of denomination. But what I need is pounds and ounces. So step 2, find the conversion factor that gives you the ratio between pounds and ounces. Some of you have this memorized because that's a US thing. Pounds, 1 pound is 16 ounces. So step 3 tells us that we want the unit we want to convert to be on top. And what did we want on top? The dollars. So that's staying right where it's at. But what do I need on the bottom? Ounces. So when I set this up, I need ounces to be in my denominator. So it'll set up exactly as 1 pound as my numerator, 16 ounces as my denominator. See, 1 pound, 16 ounces. They gave me $4.50 and 2 pounds. Notice what's diagonal. The pounds are diagonal, so they're going to cancel out. And that leaves me with dollars in my numerator, ounces in my denominator, which is what we wanted to know. We wanted to know the cost per ounce. And anytime you see the word per, that means divide. That's where your fraction bar is. So let's multiply straight across. $4.50 times 1, we still have $4.50. 2 times 16 is 32. So you have $4.50 divided by 32, which gives you 0.14. So it's 14 cents per ounce. All right, we're going to keep doing the same 3 steps until we get it. We're like, yeah, I got this. Except this is the metric system, and I love the metric system. Convert 325 millimeters to meters. If the world, I guess if the United States would just convert to millimeters and meters, you would know how beautiful this is. But since some people don't like millimeters to meters, we're going to start with what we know. We know we have 325 millimeters. What do we want? We want it in meters. So you can see where our conversion needs to go. So check your conversion factors to set up that factor between meters and millimeters, and 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters. All right, step 3 says when we set up our fraction, we want to convert to on top. So we need, it's only going to be in meters. Nope, yep, it's going to be in meters. So we want our numerator to be in meters when we set it up. All right, so 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters, and they gave us 325 millimeters. Again, notice diagonally. Those millimeters cancel out with millimeters, and I'm only left with one word here, and it's meter. So we multiply straight across. 325 times 1, 325. 1 times 1,000. So you have 325 divided by 1,000, gives you 0.325 meters. Ta-da! Okay. We're going to keep it going, because now we're going to go fast. We've got this super speedy car. We're going to convert 52 kilometers per hour to meters per second. Okay, this is going to get tough. We've got a double conversion. Check this out. What did they give us? We happen to know 52 kilometers per hour, but we want to know the speed as meters per second. Notice we have to get a conversion right here, kilometers and meters. And in the denominator, hours and seconds. So that's 2 sets. So we're going to look up on our conversion sheet what is the conversion between kilometers and meters and hours to seconds. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. And where does meters need to go when we're done? In the numerator. So we're going to write this fraction with the 1,000 in the numerator. And it's 1 hour is 3,600 seconds, and seconds needs to be in the denominator. So we're going to write it exactly as it is right there. 1 hour is to 3,600 seconds. Do you think you can set that up on your own? Okay. So they gave us 52 kilometers per hour. We want it in meters per second. So I have 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. Notice our diagonal kilometers here are going to cancel out. I know 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Now, this hour is way over here, but they're still diagonal. One's in the numerator, one's in the denominator, so they still cancel out. So what is left in my numerator in units? Meters. What's left in my denominator? Seconds. So we're going to have it correct. We're going to have meters per second. So let's start multiplying. 52 times 1,000, so times 1 is 52,000. And we're going to divide that by what's 1 times 3,600. So we're going to divide by 3,600, and we get 14.4 meters per second. Ta-da! You just did a double conversion. Nice job! Where do you want to go after being so successful? Let's all go to Disneyland. But first we need to water the yard. Living in Arizona, it seems like we water the yard year-round here, so we don't have any snow. But if my sprinkler sends out 5 gallons per minute, because I sat out there with the bucket and calculated it. Oh, I didn't. And if water costs 65 cents per 1,000 gallons, how much does watering my lawn cost for an hour? Whew. That got confusing because there was a lot of things in there. I don't know if it got confusing for you, but just reading it got me confused. So I'm just going to break it down. What were some of the things that I knew? 5 gallons per minute. See, that's a unit. 5 gallons per minute. So I know that one, 5 gallons per minute. They also gave me this rate, 65 cents per 1,000 gallons. So that's a numerator, 65 cents per 1,000 gallons. Okay, what do I not know? Cost per hour. Cost per hour. Okay, so we have cost and we have cost. So I don't need to do any conversions with my dollars. So that's cool. And I have hours here and minutes here. They're both in the denominator, so I need to convert between hours and minutes. And then the gallons, this is in the numerator, and the gallons here is in the denominator. So we don't have to worry about gallons, do we? Because gallons to gallons is 1 gallon is to 1 gallon, right? So we found out what conversion we needed, just hours and minutes. And most of us know there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, so we're pretty good. And that hour needs to be in the denominator. So we're going to put this in the numerator, the 60 minutes in the numerator, and the 1 hour in the denominator. Are you ready to set it up? We've got our strategy. The unit you want to convert to is on top. Okay, here we go. They gave me 5 gallons for every 1 minute. We happen to want to change this to hours, so I have 60 minutes in 1 hour. Notice now my minutes are diagonal. The cost is 65 cents per gallon. Notice my gallon is diagonal from way over here to gallons. And so here's what cancels out. Gallons cancels with gallons, minutes cancels with minutes, and what's left in my numerator? Dollars. What's left in my denominator? Hours. So let's multiply straight across. 5 times 60 times 65 cents divided by 1 times 1 times 1,000 equals $0.195 per hour, which is roughly 20 cents an hour. Someone is getting a smoking deal on watering their lawn. Whew, lucky duck. All right, well, this is pretty much the moment you've been waiting for. Let's talk about more money, but let's do money around the world. Now, I have never had a peso or a euro, but I would like to know how many pesos are equal to 5 euros. Now, when you pull up your conversion page, we don't have a conversion between pesos and euros. I have conversions between pesos and dollars and euros and dollars. So it is going to be a double conversion. So what I know is 5 euros. What I'd like to know is what is that in pesos. So I need to write down the conversion between pesos and dollars, and then a conversion between euros and dollars. So 1 peso is 8 cents and 1 euro is $1.30. Step 3 says write the conversion factor as a fraction with the unit you want to convert to on top. I want pesos on top. So when I write this fraction, this is the most important one here. 1 peso is 0.08 cents. That's really important. So that way when I'm done, peso is in my numerator. Okay, 1 peso is 0.08 cents. The reason I had to write my euro conversion as $1.30 is to 1 euro is because notice I need my dollars, my US dollars, to cancel out. They gave me 5 euros, so now my euros are going to cancel out. So if you start setting it up incorrectly and you put your 1 euro on top and your dollars on the bottom, you'd be able to see, oh wait, I don't have any way to diagonally cancel it out. So then just flip it. So now you can multiply straight across. 1 times $1.30 times 5, that's your numerator, and you're going to divide that by 8 cents times 1 times 1, and you're going to get 81.25 pesos. So that's how we do the money problems. I think we should do another one. Okay, so let's try this one. How many Brazilian reals are equal to 7 pounds? So we're going to go pounds to reals. And again, what do we know? I know I've got 7 pounds. What do I want to know? I want reals. So in the end, my reals needs to be in the numerator. Okay, so we don't have a direct conversion for pounds to reals, but I do have one from reals to dollars. And again, I want this in my numerator when I'm done. So I'm going to write this fraction exactly as I see it. That's my numerator, 1 real, 55 cents my denominator. And I also need a conversion between pounds and dollars. 1 pound is $1.50. Okay, so let's strategize. Remember, I want reals on top. So I'm going to write that 1 real is to 55 cents. And the reason I put the next fraction as $1.50 over 1 pound is because I need my dollars to cancel out. And they gave me 7 pounds, and now my pounds are diagonal from each other. So we multiply straight across. 1 times $1.50 times 7, and then 55 cents times 1 is 55 cents, so you can divide, and you will get 19.09 reals. Ta-da! You are converting money internationally. Check you out. Ah, not bad. Way to go. All Are you getting the steps a little better? I really hope so, because if you can master this, a lot of things are so much easier. So this is going to be your independent practice time. You're going to pause the video, work out problems 1 and 2, and then turn the video back on and I will walk you through the conversion setup and the answers. And then we'll do it again because there's problems 3 and 4 that we'll have after this to make sure you're able to do it on your own. Okay, I'll see you in a minute, or you'll be hearing from me in a minute. Welcome back to answer time for your practice time. Your first question was, how many reals are in 200 pesos? Okay, so I need reals when I'm done. So my first fraction was 1 real is 55 cents. My conversion for pesos to dollars is 1 peso is 8 cents. But again, I had to put my dollars diagonally from each other, so I made sure my fraction said 0.08 US dollars is to 1 peso. They gave me 200 pesos. Now I can multiply straight across because you can see my dollars cancel with dollars and my peso cancels with my other peso, wherever that is. So I have 1 times 0.08 times 200 and 55 cents times 1 times 1. So we divide by 0.55 and you get 29.09 reals. So if you got that, you are doing awesome. Good work. Okay. This problem was actually a lot harder, number 2. A dishwasher uses about 1,400 watts of power. If the power company charges 9 cents per kilowatt hour, how much does it cost to run the dishwasher for 16 hours in the month? Okay, the first thing that caught my eye is watts and kilowatt. 1,400 watts, a kilowatt is 1,000 watts. So there's one conversion. And it's running for 16 hours and we want cost when we're done. Okay, so 1 kilowatt is 1,000 watts. I have 1,400 watts. So I was worried, well, which way should I set up this first fraction? Should I put the 1,000 on top or the 1 on top? Should it be 1,000 watts to 1 kilowatt? But they gave me watts and I need them to be diagonal from each other. This kilowatt is abbreviated as kW right over here. Because this, in the story problem, 9 cents per, that's the division bar, kilowatt hour, means kilowatts and hours were together in this denominator. So the kilowatt here cancels right over here. And the hour cancels with the 16 hours. Okay, so now let's multiply straight across because what's left in my numerator? A dollar sign. And my denominator? Nothing. And all it wanted to know was the cost. So it is set up correctly. So I have 1 times 1,400 times 16 times 0.09. And we're going to divide it by 1,000 times 1 times 1 times 1. Okay, so divide by 1,000. And you should get $2.02 would be the cost for running the dishwasher for 16 hours for the month. Yay! Yeah, I know that one was really tough. Okay, you've got 2 more practice problems. Here we go. Number 3 and 4. You can go ahead and pause me now. Yes, ignore me for a few moments, but come back and we'll talk about the answers. And here you are, you're back. You're back to go over answer time. I should probably make up a song about answer time, but I won't because I don't sing well. Okay, number 3. A product costs $7 for 20 pounds. How much is that in cents per ounce? I think we have a double conversion because this is in dollars and we want it in cents. So we're going to need a conversion between dollars and cents. So $1 is how many cents? 100 cents. But I need that in my numerator, so I'm going to write it as 100 cents is to $1 in the denominator. Pounds per ounce. We have pounds and ounces. So we need a conversion for pounds and ounces. We talked about that earlier. 1 pound is 16 ounces, and ounces needs to stay in the denominator. So 100 cents is to $1. 1 pound is 16 ounces, and they gave me $7 for 20 pounds. So we have pounds will cancel with pounds, and dollar cancels with dollars, and what am I left with? Cents in the numerator, ounces in the denominator. Here we go. 100 times 1 times 7, so 700, divided by 1 times 16 times 20, so divided by 320, equals 2.2 cents per ounce. We needed cents per ounce. Okay. Last one, another double conversion because you are awesome at this. 50 miles per hour into feet per second. See that? We need miles and feet. Oh boy. So hopefully you found on your conversion chart, I think 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So 5,280 feet needs to be in the numerator because that's the numerator over here per second. So we need hours and seconds. So 3,600 seconds is 1 hour. So here's our conversion factor for feet and miles, hours and seconds, and they gave us 50 miles in 1 hour. So notice feet has nothing to cancel out with, thank goodness, because that's what our answer needs to be in. But here's mile and miles and hour, all diagonal from each other, so they really do legitimately can cancel out. And we're left with feet and seconds. So multiply straight across. 5,280 times 1 times 50. And our denominator, what we're going to divide by is 1 times 3,600 times 1. So basically divide by 3,600. And you get 73.333333333 feet per second. And anytime you see 0.3 repeating, that's really just the fraction 1/3. So, did you do it? Did you just knock this out of the park? I'm so excited. Okay, keep working on conversions. And again, keep that conversion factor paper close by when you're doing your homework because these problems are going to just pop up every now and then to see if you remember how to do them. All right, hope the 3 steps helped on how to set them up. But if you do have more questions, send me an email. We can send up an Adobe chat time. Just anything I can do to help you be successful, that's what I'm here for. You got this. Have a great day.